Our next presentation is going to be recorded. We have Stefano of Longhash Ventures coming in. We'll be sharing a video and audio for him and kicking that off right now.
Hi, everyone. This is Stefano Burry from Longhash Ventures. Very excited to be with you today at HackFS. A big thank you to Stefan and the whole team at Protocol Labs for inviting us to share with you all of the participants in HackFS about the Longhash X accelerator, and of course, to our program, which is kicking off in a few months' time. Maybe to start off a little bit about Longhash X. So we are Asia's leading Web3 accelerator. We're part of Longhash Ventures, which is a crypto investment fund and accelerator based in Singapore. And for Longhash X, so we have graduated 6 cohorts in the last 3.5 years. We have over 40 alumni projects, and we have helped these projects raise over $100 million in funding. And some of our notable alumni from the program include Zapper, Instadap, Balancer, and Akala. Now, in addition to $80,000 in seed funding, if you join the accelerator program, your growth is going to be boosted by the network. So we have over 1,000 investors in our network, and of course, quite a number of notable and high-profile mentors. And also by education through our modules. So we have 6 Web3 focused modules that include product strategy and design, tokenomics, governance, technical mentorship, community building and marketing, and of course, fundraising. Now, some of the investors that connected with our projects after our most recent demo day, which is back in April, include some of the names you see here. So both crypto native investors like Fen Boucher, IOSG or Gumi Cryptos, and then some other non-crypto, but of course notable investors such as Sequoia. Now, the program is segmented into 2 tracks. So we have a DeFi track and a Filecoin track. Now, I think today, most of the interest would be around the Filecoin Frontier Accelerator track. This one we run in partnership with Protocol Labs. And what this means for you is that, of course, you get a lot of technical mentorship, as you're building on Filecoin, and you get access to, mentor sessions, workshops, and fireside chats with some of the members of the Protocol Labs team. So I talked a little bit earlier about our modules. So as you can see, it's very crypto native. And so typically through the accelerator program, it's 12 weeks during which we touch on each of one of these modules with you. This includes going through workshops, fireside chats, and then of course, one-on-one sessions with mentors and also with the Longhash team. Now, you do receive, mentorship both from the team and from top crypto native mentors and investors. So, on a regular basis, you'll have interactions with me as a program lead, as well as with Pranav, who's our venture builder. But then also you get access to, to our network, of course, from our friends at Protocol Labs, like Colin, like ZX, and then also members in our investor network like Tekin from Polychain and Bobby from CMS Holdings. Now, we just wanted to also illustrate a little bit on how we work with you. So to do this, we wanted to share an example of the work we did with Balancer, which was a project that I'm sure many of you have heard of and who went through one of our most recent cohorts. So with Balancer, some of the things we did included, shaping the decentralized governance model. And we did that by hosting a roundtable with founders of Aave, Synthetics, and Defiance Capital, who shared their experience and ideas on decentralization. We also wrote a governance proposal on staking of one of their pool tokens, as a precursor to to a sort of wider adoption of decentralized governance. We also help them to develop case studies on why LPs should provide liquidity into their pools. And lastly, we also, post-program, we got a grant from them to help develop their community in Asia Pacific. So this is just an example of the different ways that we actually work with you as a project through the Accelerator program. Okay, so we're currently recruiting for our next cohort. So applications are open, and we'll have a QR code with a link to the description just in a minute, but just to share a little bit about the timeline. So applications are open until next Monday, which is in about 3 days from now. And after the applications close on the 9th of August, there'll be 2 rounds of interviews and selection. Then by the 10th of September, projects will be selected and we'll make the announcement directly to you via email. And then the Accelerator program begins a month from that. So on the 11th of October, it runs for 12 weeks. And then at the end of it, we'll have demo day that is scheduled for the 18th of January, where you get a chance to pitch your project to thousands of investors. And after the demo day, we still worked with you and with the investors to make one-on-one introductions. Now, you may also be wondering, how do we evaluate projects that are selected into the Accelerator program? So, as a base criteria, we of course look to make sure that you have a Web3 native or crypto native business model, and that you're actually tapping into networks of public permissionless blockchains. And then we have both a top-down and bottom-up approach to do the detailed selection. So from a top-down, we look to see where do you fit on the Web3 ecosystem, and are you plugging in some of the gaps that we currently see in the Web3 landscape, and or are you tapping into some of these upcoming trends that we're also seeing. And then from a bottom-up perspective, we look at a number of things. So one is we look at your business model. So how are you planning to capture value? If you already have your tokenomics formulated or you have a rough idea, we also look at this. Is there a fair allocation to the community? What's the inflation mechanism, et cetera? Of course, we look at the team. What's the team's background? What is your domain and crypto expertise, your technical ability, and of course, your history of executing and building startups. And then lastly, we also look at, what's your starting position? So what kind of traction do you have? Have you done any fundraising and who has been funding you? Do you have a community and how active is it? Do you have partnerships? Who are your competitors and how are you differentiating from them? So, hopefully this gives you a little bit of the idea on, how we evaluate projects that get selected into the program. So thank you again for your time. Very happy to have been asked to share a little bit about the LongHashX program. Now, very importantly, we would love to encourage everybody to apply. So if you scan this QR code with your phones, this will lead you directly to our application form. And as I said earlier, applications close in a few days on the 9th of August. And we'll start to evaluate immediately after that. And so for those of you that apply, we'll be reaching out to you pretty soon. Thank you so much and have a great day.